Hey YouTube, I just wanted to jump out here real quick because I know I haven't talked to y'all in a minute and let y'all know what's been going on with me. I just literally got back on the truck. I was off for about a month. I got hurt. Got to be more careful, man. Got to be more careful. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it was just really strange how it all went down. But I ended up busting my arm. No, it sounds like it should have been painful, but trust me, I had no pain. None. I just looked at it, blood everywhere, just falling out of my little self. I had lost so much blood that I was starting to get woozy because I forgot to put my arm up. I forgot to bring my arm up in the air, and I had, bandaged it up because I had to end up going to get stitches. But I had my hand down, and it was just bleeding so bad. Oh gosh, it was bleeding so bad. But we survived. And I mean, it was cool because I knew I needed some time, some home time. I was supposed to have went home the load before, and I always like to follow my first mind. My first mind said, go home the load before, but I got greedy because I saw this nice little sweet load that was only driving I think 60 miles, and it was paying like $500. And I was like, oh, that's just easy money. That's only right up the road. Then I'll go home. No. That was a 10-hour unload. Then the trailer broke down. And then I had to go take the trailer to the shop to go get fixed. And then the door kept flying open because that's the part of the door that needed to be fixed. And then I kept trying to fix it so I could take it to the shop, Jimmy rigging it with socks and ties and bungee cords. But for some reason, the door was breaking. I mean, literally cutting everything in half. My poor little sock, I thought it had untied. It ripped my socks up. The bungee cord ripped the bungee cord up. So the last time that I ended up going, to go and, re-secure the door one more time, you know how sometimes you walk too close to the trailer and they snags your coat? Well, it snagged my arm. And I remember because I walk with your hands is just wrong like this. And I remember I felt something like boop, but I didn't feel no pain. I didn't think nothing of it. And then when I went to go grab the door, my whole hand was just like blood everywhere, just dripping. And I'm looking like, what in the world? And I literally ripped a hole in my arm this big. Gone. I went to drop the trailer off to the shop. I found an not emergency room, what's some things called? Urgent care. I found an urgent care that wasn't too far, but they weren't open because of the COVID stuff. So I'm sitting in the truck looking stupid, what the hell am I supposed to do? So I'm like, okay, well, when they fix the trailer, I was just gonna go and take myself home. So I made sure that I had it really clean. I had some stuff on this truck, thank God, and at the TA, they had a first aid kit, and she gave me they looked like sanitary napkins, but they were actually bandages. And she gave it to me to put on my arm, and then we aced it up, and I was good. I was gonna leave it like that until I got home, and then I was gonna go to the urgent care and have a look at it. The guys who was, and he was a saint. He was a saint. I'm really thankful for these dudes. I was showing people the picture of what happened to my arm, and they knew that I was sitting in that truck with my arm jacked up like that. And so one of them came and drove me literally like to 3 different places. The first urgent care, like I told you, was closed. The second urgent care we went to, they told me that it was too big, they couldn't stitch it up. I had to go to the emergency room. She said there is no skin there, you have to probably get it grafted. And when I got to the emergency room, they stitched it up. He said, thank God, because my skin is loose. This is when being a little chubby and having a little loose skin, it worked for me. You know what I'm saying? It worked for me because they were able to give me I called it a little arm tuck. Because that's what it looked like. That's when they got done with it. This arm was tight as hell. I was like, oh my God, this arm is tight. But, you know, it was cool. It was cool. He didn't have to graft it. He was able to pull it together, put in 7 stitches on the outside, 2 stitches on the inside, and sent me on about my way. And I took an Uber back, and by that time they had my trailer fixed, and I was able to drive home. And I stayed home for a month because, you know, my arm, I didn't want to be driving long distance, you know, with my arm like that. You know, so, you know, especially with all this stuff going on out here, I'm not one to be walking around with an open wound, you know, running around out here. So I took some home time. You know, caught up on some sleep and all of that. And loved on myself in a very special way, you know. And my way is in crafts. I was able to get some crafting done and some sewing. I did some sewing, and I got a cry cut, and so I was able to like go and make me up some t-shirts and, you know, just do some stuff. Just going around buying stuff just to make stuff. That's all I did. Pretty much the whole 3 weeks. Just made a whole gang of stuff. I don't think there's nothing, not a plate, not a pot, not nothing that's not got some kind of emblem on it. All my t-shirts, I don't have no plain t-shirts anymore. My daughter's clothes, everything. I even like went and bought like t-shirts and stuff for my grandchild's and stuff like that, and everything. I mean, but by the time all of this was over, my mind, my space, you know, it's totally clear, it's totally free, and it was really good energy. You know, I didn't really watch a lot of TV like I usually would. You know, I just spent a lot of time just doing stuff I enjoy doing, you know, and it was nice. You know, I don't know. I mean, I've talked with a lot of my friends and stuff like that, and a lot of people, like, they're really worried about like a lot of stuff that's going on right now. But, you know, I've learned the hard way that I have to live in the reality of what's going on in front of me. It might sound a little selfish, but that's how I live. I can't live with every 5 minutes somebody's telling you, you know, if you have these conditions, you're gonna die. You know, I don't want to hear about what the death tolls are. You know, let me look at how many people survived, you know, instead, you know. And that's how I'm kind of dealing with it and navigating through it. Do I wear a face mask? If I want to. I don't wear one or not wear one. You know, if they say you have to, I put it on. You know, if I forget to take it with me, oh well, I forgot to take it. I'm not running around here like paranoid. I mean, some people are just really like imprisoning themselves, and I'm worried at their sanity after this is over. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of people are like really stressed out. You know, they're really struggling with depression. They're really struggling with anxiety because of this, you know. And, you know, one thing I always say is, you know, for your physical health, it goes by by your mental diet. So, you know, whatever it is that you are spending your time doing or focusing on, or what are you placing all your energy and your time on, that's what you're going to manifest in your life. So if you're stressing and you're stressing and you're stressing and you're stressing, that stress is going to manifest a physical illness, so I don't like to do that. I just take my time and just do things that brings me happiness and peace and things of that nature, and I just live in that moment. I can't change anything. I can't wave a magic wand and this goes away, but I don't have to have it thrown and force fed to me, continuously all day either. You can still be aware of everything, without like overindulging in it. I just had to tell one of my friends, they go to bed watching the news. And I'm like, that's the worst thing that you could possibly do. I'm like, what kind of energy are you feeding yourself on your way to sleep? I'm like, before I go to sleep, I watch something that makes me laugh, something that makes me happy, something that calms and soothes me. I'm not going to watch a whole lot of horror, anxiety, depression. These many people got killed, shot, murdered, stabbed, died, and now I'm going to go to sleep. That's not what I want to feed myself on my way to sleep, So I try to keep it positive and things like that, just in general. I mean, in all aspects of my life. I don't even watch the news, really. When I want to find out what's going on with the COVID, I just go to the CDC, I read it, and then I leave. I take myself right out of it. Right out of it. And that's it. That's all I'm going to give myself. I'm not going to watch the news, watch the reruns, watch all the stuff on Facebook or Instagram. I'm not going to watch all the YouTube videos about... Nope. Not getting ready to go into that. So I go, when I want to figure out, see what's going on, I go into the website, I read a little bit of it, and I come right on back out. And that's it. That's all I need. I may not visit it again for a week, maybe not even for 2, and that's it. That's all. But that's it. I'm back on the road. We're going to see how is this going right now. People are still really friendly out here. To me, I took some time and talking with the people in Pilot, just talking about arts and crafts, sewing and cry cutting. Truckers, trucker wives. I mean, one was a trucker wife, so, she was talking about the layoff and stuff like that. I just like talking to people, so I don't have a problem with that. I don't really meet a lot of people that are difficult. Sometimes you run across it, but out here, I'm a people person. So, people come and talk to me. I go talk to them, and we have pleasant conversations, and you really don't realize how much you have in common with other people until you start talking. I held a conversation in Walmart for over 30 minutes with this guy. His wife left, finished getting that grocery shopping done, and came back and got him. We were talking about homesteading, prepping, hunting, fishing, stuff like that. So, you never know who you're going to meet. But I don't want to keep it too long. Peace, love, and light.